big poppin'. Money in the bank, coming, dropping a deposit. Having it my way, so I got these bitches watching. Steady getting to it, couldn't fit it in my pocket. Flexing everything, baby, tell me big poppin'. Money in the bank, coming, dropping a deposit. Having it my way, so I got these bitches watching. Steady getting to it, couldn't fit it in my pocket. Flexing everything, baby, tell me what to tap it.
Yo, what's poppin' in the gang? Today we're gonna get into the Sean Kingston case. So grab your glasses and get ready to pour up on this hot henny. On May 23rd, 2024, Sean Kingston's mother, Janice Turner, was arrested during a raid of Sean Kingston's Florida home in Broward County by the sheriff's office and faced multiple charges, including fraud and theft. Now, Sean Kingston was not home during the time of the raid, but he was later arrested in California on similar charges. And Sean himself is involved in an investigation and faces allegations of fraud related to a lawsuit for not paying for a $150,000 entertainment system. Now, when this case first came out, people thought that Sean had got his mom tangled up in some of his illegal business dealings. However, Mama Janice's hands aren't so clean as people believed in the beginning. Because, baby, Mama Janice had 8 different charges on her, okay? She had a charge for organized schemes to defraud over $50,000, 3 charges of identity fraud, and she has 8 different aliases, y'all. 1 charge of check fraud for greater than $150, 3 charges of grand theft auto. One of those charges is for grand theft auto of greater than $20,000 but less than $100,000, but 2 charges for greater than $100,000. Now, Sean and his mother shared the same counts on both of their arrest warrants. The only difference between their paperwork was that Sean caught an additional identity theft charge and a felony probation violation. For felony trafficking of stolen property charge that he caught back in October of 2020. Now, I'm going to read to y'all the counts in the indictment, but I am going to let you know the counts in the indictment are the same counts that are in the warrant and in the probable cause. But baby, you going to want to hear how they was getting down and giving it up, because child, this mama-son duo was out here doing it and doing it big. Now, I must warn you, this probable cause is about 30 semi-pages long. So we're going to skip around some of this and just get to the meat and potatoes. So in the probable cause, the affidavit states that they learned from the victims that Keyshawn Anderson, a.k.a. Sean Kingston, used his celebrity success to persuade salespeople to stray from their regular business practices. And Sean Kingston, his mother, and other known and unknowns have successfully appropriated 3 very expensive watches worth approximately $765,000, a bulletproof Cadillac Escalade, an entertainment system worth approximately $100,000, and a bedroom set worth approximately $100,000 were all obtained by him, his mother, and associates engaging in a fraudulent activity. The value of these items obtained was $1,076,810.59. Child. Now, on October 23rd of 2023, at approximately 5 p.m., Mazel Jewelers was got for an Audemars watch, and it was delivered. Payment pending $285,000. On October 24th of 2023, at 8:17 p.m., Mazel received fraudulent Bank of America wire transfer for the watch for $285,000. On November 14th, 2023, at approximately 10 p.m., Mary bed was delivered. Payment pending $44,298. On November 15th of 2023, at approximately 3 a.m., Mary received worthless trust check for bed, $44,298. Then on November 21st of 2023 at 1:30 p.m., Cadillac Escalade is delivered. On November 21st of 2023 at 6:25 p.m., fraudulent First Republican Bank wire transfer for $159,701.49 for the Cadillac Escalade. On December 11th of 2023, $85,000 worth of trustee checks was sent for Audemars Piguet number 1. On December 14th, 2023, exempled Florida entertainment system was installed. Payment pending, $115,540. On January 15th of 2024, fraudulent Novo Bank wire transfer was sent for $40,000 for the entertainment system. Okay, and this next business did not want their business out there. Okay, so on March 12th, first whatever watch was delivered. March 14th, second watch was delivered. Okay, payment pending, $480,000. Okay, on March 14th, 2024, redacted business received a fraudulent Bank of America wire transfer for $480,000. Okay, they are just wire transferring it up with not one care in the world. Like, did you really think that you weren't going to get caught? This is why they have a $1 million federal wire fraud indictment on them now, and they have been charged. But before we get into all of that, let's go over some of these counts. So, to paraphrase and summarize, count 1 and 2 does deal with Mazel Jewelers. Now, if I'm saying that wrong, forgive me, I don't know how to say it. But they're alleging that on October 19th, Sean Kingston reached out to them via their Instagram and was inquiring about their Audemars watch, which is watch number 1. And they set up an appointment for him to come in on October 23rd. Now, he did have an appointment for that day, and his appointment was set for 4 p.m. But Sean showed up late. And by the time he got there and they discussed a little bit of business, it was almost closing time for the store. So the store allowed him to set up an invoice, and he put said invoice into his LLC's name, which is Eyes Above Water, a company that is both he and his mother's. And they let him take the watch home, pending the wire transfer the next day. Now, they say that this is something that they often do with their wealthy clients. I say you shouldn't, but this is what they do, okay? And needless to say, they did not get said wire transfer, or we would not be here. It was a bunch of running around, a lot of calling to Bank of America and Chase Bank as well. And again, they didn't get their bread, now did they? Pause. I feel like my paraphrase is not really doing this story any justice. So what I'm going to do is upload these docs to my Patreon. And y'all can feel free to go over there and read them in their entirety, because you don't want to miss out on all of this, okay? Because this dude was going to the house and doing all types of things, getting tours of the house, and he was friendly with Sean. So this is kind of like a little questionable to me. You know, the business practices is just a little bit. But in the meantime, let's get into the next set of counts, which are counts 1, 3, and 4, and they deal with the furniture. So during the year of 2021, Sean, well, let's just call him Kingston, reached out to Marie, and guess how? Via Instagram. And he placed an order for bedroom furniture. You can see the items here that he ordered. Let me blow this up for y'all. And as y'all can see, the total for this purchase was $85,568.33. Now, that's just too much money for furniture. I'm sorry. Maybe because I ain't got it like that just yet, but I'm just saying. That furniture better live beyond my living days. Do you hear me? So, anywho, the redacted person made an arrangement with Kingston. And the arrangement was that they would give him a credit of $41,770 if he did some social media advertising for them. Of course, he agreed. And he would make the videos and post them on Instagram and his TikTok. But apparently the furniture wasn't available right away, because it wasn't until the end of 2022 when the furniture store reached out to him for him to pay the balance of the invoice, which was $44,798.33. But when they went to go reach out to him, the number was disconnected. So they tried another means, and I'm going to assume that they tried to reach out to him via Instagram, and they got him. And they made arrangements to deliver the furniture from Utah all the way to Florida, y'all. Now, these celebrities really be getting a breaking deal that us average people, we don't get that. Because would no furniture store do that for you or I? But let's continue. So, they make the drive from Utah, they get to Florida, and when they get there, they tell him that we need payment up front before we set up the bedroom furniture. But somehow or another, Kingston is able to convince them to set the furniture up first, and then he will pay them. And reluctantly, they agreed. When they were done, Kingston sent them to Janice for their payment, and Janice gave them a check. And this is where the check fraud comes in, y'all. So now Janice goes and she writes them a check for $44,298.33. And they head on back to Utah. And guess what happened? The check bounced. Okay? And it was later discovered that at the time when she wrote that check, their bank account was overdrawn by $34.45. Yes, y'all heard me right. There's no way that I'm going to go from Utah to Florida, Florida to Utah, and you don't have my money? My money ain't cleared? Oh, no, 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 no. That's not going to happen. But remember, I told y'all they was out here doing it and doing it big. And we still aren't done because these next two sections accounts still have to deal with the bulletproof Escalade truck and two additional watches. And I said two, it's three. My bad, y'all. And the projection TV that he had installed in his house. Child, I'm going to get into some of it, but I ain't going to get into all of it because we still got a little ways to go. And I ain't trying to hold y'all for too long because I know y'all like the lives and y'all really don't like the recorded videos. So, let's carry on, shall we? So, these accounts 1, 5, and 6, and they deal with the bulletproof Escalade truck. Now, child, celebrities and wealthy, I'm telling you, they be getting away with a lot. But anywho, a broker representing Kingston reached out to Ocean Auto Club in November of 2023. And they were crying about the 2022 Cadillac Escalade that was bulletproof, okay? And they made arrangements for the dealership to drive the Escalade to Kingston's residence, right? And so when they arrived there with the vehicle, instead of him just handing over a check or doing his wire transfer, what he did was gave them a tour of his house, showing off his other cars, showing off his watch collection and everything else. And he done lollygagged around so much that it became close to 5 o'clock. When I say lollygagged, I mean he did everything in his powers to wait till it got close to 5 o'clock from what it seems. So this is alleged, okay? But what's not alleged is that he did order food and everything and was just chopping it up with the guy. So then he noticed that it was like around 4:30 and the banks was about to close. So Kingston said that he was going to send a wire transfer, but the dude wasn't falling for it. So he wanted some kind of a deposit. And so now here came Janice with this debit card that belonged to Eyes Above Water, LLC. Do y'all notice that there's a lot of like shell companies and bogus stuff that's happening with a lot of LLCs when it comes to celebrities? Anyway, she let them swipe out her card because he said that he was going to need a $20,000 deposit in order for him to leave the car there. Because, let me tell you, that partner that came with the food parked parallel behind the Escalade and was not moving it. So the car was there. It was stuck there. And then Kingston said, I need it for a video and photo shoot. So you got to leave the car here. So the guy left it there for the $20,000. Later on down the road, he got another $5,000 up out of them. But then that was it. Kaput. Okay. And they ran off with the Cadillac truck. No wire transfers went through. No, none of that. Child, a whole bulletproof truck. Remember, this bulletproof truck was worth $159,701.49. I wouldn't be leaving my truck there. But, child, let's continue on to the next count. Now, these are counts 1 and 7. And these are about the TV or the system that he had put into his house. So, on September 3rd of 2023, Kingston reached out to the people. Okay, I don't know how to say their name. I'm not afraid to say that. I don't know how to say their name. Okay, leave me alone. But anywho, he reached out to them via guess how? His Instagram. And talked to them and told them he need the biggest TV they got for this project he got coming up with Justin Bieber. All right. Now, the total of his order is right here. I'm about to zoom in for you right now. And the invoice was $115,540.77, which was agreed that a partial payment of $38,513.59 would be accepted in the form of social media advertising. But this time, the advertisement was to be that the projection TV screen, whatever it was he got, it was supposed to be in the upcoming video. And Kingston was supposed to post about it on all of his social media platforms. Sound really familiar, doesn't it? So the remaining balance due was $47,027.18, which was supposed to be paid by wire transfer on December 17th of that year. So on October 24th, Kingston signed the invoice for the order, and on November 15th, Janice made a $30,000 down payment via wire transfer from Bank of America from guess what account? Eyes Above Water. December 14th, everything is all set and done. But by December 26th, they're getting ghosted. And they're getting text messages. These text messages are just to hold them off and hold them off. Needless to say, they didn't get their money. However, they did get their equipment on the day of the raid. Now, these last couple accounts have to deal with the other AG watch and the Richie watch that he received from the jewelers. And, of course, they received no payment on that either. Hoo-cha. Now, both Sean Kingston and his mother Janice are out on bond. They've been out for about a month now. His bond was $100,000. Hers was $160,000. And they appeared in court the other day. And if they're convicted, I'm hearing they could face 20 years in prison. Now, Sean's lawyer is arguing that there was no ill intention or fraud because the contracts that he entered into had no expiration date, no payment arrangement, no nothing. It was just simply, I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a cheeseburger today. But what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comment section below. Was it intentional fraud? Or was it simply a matter of him falling on hard times and unable to follow through with his contractual agreements? Well, y'all know what I say. When y'all rest, rest well, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace, y'all.